Hello. It's like 3 in the morning, and I'm bored, so I decided to do a little something for fun, I guess. And this might turn into a continuing thing if I feel like it, but, um, alright, that'll be enough of that. I'm a pretty big Warhammer 40k buff. I mean, I play all the Dawn of War games, and I've read tons of the books. So I'd like to do book reviews. Just share my thoughts and opinions on a lot of Warhammer 40k books. And the first one I'm going to do is Titanicus by Dan Abnett. You can see that there. Pretty awesome cover. And Dan Abnett has also penned the Gaunt's Ghosts series of novels, which I will also be doing if I feel like doing more of these things. In fact, I have them right here. But, yeah, Titanicus. This is really the first 40k book I picked up. It's because back in the day, a friend recommended this to me. Well, probably wasn't that long ago. I don't know when this was. When was this authored? Not entirely sure, but anyway. So I picked it up. I read it, and one of the first things I noticed as I was reading was that there were a lot of characters to try and keep up with. Like, a lot of characters, like with Borman and Severin and all, just oh my god, the Armored Division, all these freaking Cali. There's all these people, and I mean, you sort of get the hang of it, get the hang of who's who. You know, as you're like maybe a little over halfway through the novel, maybe before that. I mean, I don't give people enough credit, but I mean, it's just kind of hard to keep track of who is who and who's doing what at this time, and how that affects the overall plot. But that he kind of fixed that. It all comes together full circle towards the end, how everyone related to everyone else during the entire war. And one other thing that I noticed was that there weren't a lot of clear explanations of what things were in the novel. Like, how was I supposed to know what an auspex was, or what the what is it, the onosphere is, or what even the Adeptus Mechanicus even is? I mean, if you're going that far, I mean, if you have absolutely no idea what 40k is, I mean, I just had to sort of pick up on these things and what exactly an auspex was, and all that stuff. I don't know. It's just sort of. I mean, if you're a first-time 40k reader and you're reading this and you don't know what these things are, it could kind of throw you off and discourage you from reading this because you have no idea what's going on, what instruments they're using. What else? I'm trying to get all these things out. When they were talking about the different types of Titans, like they were saying, like, you know, Warhound class Titan, Warlord, Imperator, and whatever. There wasn't really a very good scale for everything. I mean, if you look at the front cover here of Titanicus, these are, I think, the War Master, whatever class Titans. And but when they're describing all the Titans in the book, I mean, it sort of throws the scale off. Like, what? Huh? Looking at the front, and I don't know. This is something that I could never figure out, that you probably wouldn't even know of unless you like played the tabletop games or saw like a lot of concept art. So that's one other thing. But overall, it was a really good book. I mean, it's very, very vivid and detailed when it comes to the actual warfare, like describing these Titan duels and whatnot. It's really, really cool, and just the depth that he goes into with this entire war in Orestes is really, really cool. And there's a lot of really good imagery in this book. I mean, when he's describing the princeps of the Titans, it you get a really clear image of this guy that's floating in this I see like sort of a glass cask and like sort of a greenish fluid with all these things hooked up to him, and it's really good imagery. And some pretty epic moments in this book. I mean, if there's anything Dan Abnett does is write a really good action sequence. I mean, I don't know, like if you're watching this and you don't already know about this, there's this really cool thing at the end with this like epic, historical, legendary like 60 Titan battle, and that pretty much ends the war. And oh my god, it was a really cool thing to read about. But this is really cool stuff. It's really gritty too, especially when he's talking about the Chaos Titans. This is really cool stuff. But anyway, that's really. I mean, I might do another one about Titanicus and go into a little bit more depth, but that's all on my mind about Titanicus. Really cool stuff. Check it out.